In the first matchup, the San Diego Wave beat the Portland Thorns 3-1, and in the next matchup, the Portland Thorns won 2-0. Let me tell you what I saw in the tape. You'll be very surprised at the differences. If you have been following Coach Villahan for a while, you know that he employs the 4-2-3-1 formation. And in my past videos, we've talked about how he likes using Reina Reyes as a fullback on the right side. On the left side, not so much. And I think Vignola really is more of a defensive posture. Now this lineup is the first game against the Washington Spirit. For this video, I want you to pay attention to the back line. Now here's the formation against the Seattle Reign. Reyes a high-powered fullback on the right and Vignola to the left. A key development in this game was the red card that Reyes received, getting a 2-game suspension. Now because of this suspension, in the first matchup against San Diego Wave, he puts in Mueller on the right and leaves Vignola to the left. Now there's something very interesting about the San Diego Wave. This is the first game against Portland Thorns. They make a lot of player rotations on the right side of the ball, just like this. Dali and Carly changing positions and freeing up space for Ludmilla in the middle. When they do this on the right side, they typically isolate Eugenia all the way on the left. And in the first game against the Portland Thorns, this works to perfection. Just look at where Ascanio and Dali are playing. Dali, the central midfielder, pretty much playing on the wing. On the defensive side, it's really hard to adjust to these rotations, and this directly leads to the first goal by Eugenia. To really appreciate this goal, you have to sit back and realize that it's Gia Corley making this pass to Eugenia, appreciating the rotation between Dali and Corley. I want you to take note that Mueller, the substitute for Reyes, is the one that gets worked against Eugenia. You see, Mueller is a really good attacking fullback, and she shows her value right here, moving forward with the ball against the San Diego Wave. But here's the problem with this game plan. When you're playing against a player like Eugenia who sits on the wide area, like right there, and all your defensive energy is being spent on the left side because of all the San Diego Wave player rotations, it gets so difficult to manage Eugenia and also Ludmilla, who's also a great forward, like this happens right here. This is a pick your poison kind of situation that leads to multiple goal scoring opportunities. Now let me paint you a clear example of this. In this scenario, Portland Thorns win the ball and they move up on offense. Now watch Mueller, number 23, making her run as a fullback to the offense. Now the Thorns lose possession and Mueller is out of place with Eugenia with the ball attacking. Again, this is the risk you take with overlapping fullbacks, and Coach Villahan is fully aware of this. Now watch how long it takes Mueller to get all the way back. This game plan isn't really working for the Thorns. So he takes out Mueller and puts in Mackenzie on the right side. Different player with the same problem. As he tries to use these players to overlap on the right side, it creates a problem because of the speed of Ludmilla and Eugenia. The shot has just been taken here and you can see Mackenzie running back. Again, let's look at it play out all over again. Look at Eugenia to the left side, isolated, and a pass is made right here to the left side, and Eugenia takes advantage of the space and makes a shot at goal. One last time for good measures, here's this play on the left side with an isolated Eugenia and a right back trying to catch up against the powerful Eugenia. It's very clear Mueller struggled against Eugenia, but here's the thing. In the next game against the Kansas City Currents, with Reyes still out, Mueller gets the next start. And she does something amazing. She shuts down Croy Bethune. In this game, she does a great job against Croy Bethune. Watch this right here as she matches up and tracks her all game long. This was a very impressive showing. She was also able to display her talent as a very valuable overlapping fullback. So now looking back at the San Diego game, I think it was more of a Eugenia thing and it was a bad matchup for Mueller. In the next game against the Courage, Reyes gets back, Mueller is back to the bench, but notice how Vignola is still on the left side. Same thing, next game against Angel City, Reyes and Vignola on the backside. Now this is where it gets interesting. In the round 2 matchup against the San Diego Wave, look at what Coach Villahan does. He brings in Mueller and replaces Vignola on the left side. The strategy is clear. Reyes, I need you to take care of Eugenia on the right side, and Mueller, I want you to take advantage of the rotating players of the San Diego Wave on the left side as an overlapping fullback. Now, when they tell you that coaching doesn't matter, I want you to show them this tape of how a game from a month ago leads directly to this goal by Mueller on the left side. I know you see the flashy goals, but I just want you to appreciate the work that goes on behind the scenes with these coaching staff. Again, the round 2 matchup strategy was clear. Mueller and Perry were able to shut down the rotational play by the San Diego Wave. Look at how they put the clamps down on the left side. And then on the other side with Reyes and Obeys, their goal was to shut down Virginia and Ludmila, and they do a great job at this. So good a job that the Wave tried to move Virginia to the opposite side to face off against Mueller, and Mueller does a great job of this, just like this right here. Now, with this adjustment, the Portland Thorns are able to fully engage in a high press, which really leads to the second goal as this interception happens and leads to a pass to Sophia Wilson, and Sophia Wilson does what she does. Good night. This is going to be very interesting moving forward. Does Mueller start against Vignola in the next game? Coaching matters. Let me know what game you want me to analyze next.